me again, Chelsea, and today, for the final day of wrapping up 2022, we are going to be looking at my book box. Battles books. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? So, there are lots of books here. I don't even know how many there are. I haven't counted them, and I don't want to. But I have got some B-roll footage of the different boxes. So we have got Illumicrate on this side, we have got FairyLoot Adult behind me, and then we have got FairyLoot books on this side. So let's start off with the big question. Chels, how many of these did you read this year? And the answer is 1. I have read Gallant, which you can't really see because it's off screen, but it's over this way, and that is it. I have been really excited for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish, 9. Yeah, 9 of these books I've been excited for, and I already knew what they were, knew that they were coming. Oh wait, no, I lie, I've read 2 of these books. I've also read Daughter of the Moon Goddess, but either way, those are how many I knew about and how many I was excited for, and I just haven't read them. So we're going to need to start making changes here, because I can't keep receiving this many books. Bearing in mind as well, I've taken on a new subscription for the year 2023. I have got the Locked Library coming. I'm excited to see what they do. I don't really know if it is something that I'm going to continue after the 3 months, but we're going to have 3 months of that subscription and we'll see how it goes and what they're bringing out. I believe they said it's a mixture of I think it might be YA titles, but I'm not sure. And they're going to have some, what are they called? Some customizations, but not necessarily as many as Illumicrate and FairyLoot have, because they have quite a lot. So yes, first off we need to make some changes, because like I said, this is ridiculous. From this year book box battles alone, I have got many multiple copies. So I own 3 editions of Gallant, I own the Illumicrate edition, the Waterstones edition, and I have an ARC, which is just mad. I didn't get sent the ARC, I traded the ARC with someone, but I have 3 editions of that book. I have 3 editions of Babel, I've got the Waterstones edition, the FairyLoot edition, and the Illumicrate edition. I have got 3 editions of Book of Night, same again, FairyLoot, Illumicrate, Waterstones. Do we have any more doubles? Stardust Thief, I've got the FairyLoot edition, the Waterstones edition, and I won an ARC of that, so that's pretty cool. So, the problem with the fact that I haven't actually read the books is that I don't really know if I think these are worth it for my money or not. So the goal for 2023 is I'm going to be reading the 3 books I receive the month after I receive them. So being as it's January, I'm meant to be reading Cruel Illusions, The Scholar's Wake, and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I have started Cruel Illusions, but we are probably about halfway through the month and I have not got any further, so I need to actually seriously crack on with that. I have started Babel, can't see it, it's up here, just about, the FairyLoot Adult edition. I've started, I've got a bookmark in, haven't finished it, been reading it for literal months. It's not that the book is bad at all, it's just I haven't read it. So, yeah, I was doing, throughout the months, I was doing favourite clips of my favourite items, so I think I've missed some months. So we're going to show the ones that I have done here, so enjoy them and get an idea for the favourite items that I have received in 2022. Hello! So I have just unboxed my January boxes. So for January, my favourite items are this puzzle that we got from FairyLoot, which is inspired by This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, and these gorgeous white socks that are inspired by Priory of the Orange Tree. So for February, my two favourite items were this tumbler from Illumicrate and these socks from FairyLoot. I will give it a special shout out to the bookends that we got in the month of February, which were these silver bookends just here that you can see. And there you go, there are my favourites for this month. So for the month of March, Illumicrate was the box that won for me, with my favourite items being this headphone hard drive case from Illumicrate, which is very cool, inspired by Murderbot, and with this magnificent pillowcase inspired by Raybearer from FairyLoot. Hello! So for the month of May, my favourite items were this Red Rising bottle opener from FairyLoot and the Mia Corvair dagger from Illumicrate, and this month FairyLoot won yet again, and here is my most anticipated book of this year. So for the month of June, my favourite item from Illumicrate was the passport cover by Becky Chambers, or with the quote on it, sorry, from Becky Chambers. And my favourite item from FairyLoot was the extra book, which was Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Webber. This month FairyLoot did win. If you saw this video, you would have seen that originally I said Illumicrate and then I did a 180 and I decided no, FairyLoot decided the winning vote for this month. So that is how June panned out. Hello, and in the month of July, my favourite items were this lovely beach towel from Illumicrate, which is inspired by Folk of the Air, and this dagger replica, which is inspired by A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab from FairyLoot. And this month, the winner was Illumicrate for all of their lovely reusable items: straw, toothbrush, glass bottle, and towel. It's been a good month. Now, the items that we get, a lot of them I actually don't really do anything with. I've got many boxes actually on top of those shelves behind the camera downstairs filled with items that I don't use. I just have. And I need to work on that as well. Another goal for me in 2023 is to actually go through all of my items that I've got and sell or charity shop or however these items and get them out of my house, because I can't keep stockpiling them. I'm running out of room. The items I love receiving, the mugs, the bookish pots. I love receiving the book sleeves. I love receiving the practical items. I love a good practical item. That's just how it is. And I love the bookmarks as well. Prints I have no real need for. I have got some binders that I've been storing prints and author letters in now, which is pretty cool, but again they just get put on a shelf and they get put away, so they're not very useful for me. Tarot cards that we get in FairyLoot, I've got a box, they go in, they stay in. I don't read tarot, I don't plan on reading tarot, so I just have them and I don't really know what to do with them. However, we receive a lot of items that I find no use for, so I have got some very stunning teapots that I want to keep and display somewhere, but I don't know where they're going to go or where they're going to be displayed. I also own about 4 or 5 different sets of bookends, which I don't know where I'm going to use them either. I'm going to try and use them downstairs maybe, or on my Kallax unit, which is like square boxes, maybe. I don't know, in all honesty, where they're going to go, what they're going to store. I would like to use them actually somewhere for all of my book sleeves and like put the bookends and then the book sleeves in as like a way to display them so I can see them, so I can use them, because I use the same one every time pretty much. I do not change it up, so that's good. I have to be honest, I'm a little bit fed up of book boxes. When I started this channel, that was like the first ever video that I filmed was a March book box battle back in like 2020, or like a February one, before the chaos of COVID and all that fun stuff. And it was kind of what kept me going through the lockdown, was receiving these really fun boxes with bookish content, and I never owned anything that was bookish. Like, I didn't have the paraphernalia that goes with being a book nerd. I just used to have books, and to be fair, before I joined Bookstagram and Booktube and the book Twitter community, I didn't even care about special editions because I couldn't necessarily get them to match, and the only thing I care about is getting books to match. So when I kind of joined this forum, it was a lot of FOMO if you didn't get the special editions from the book boxes, and it still kind of is, to be honest. I've noticed a lot recently, especially after joining everything. So let's backtrack a little bit. When I joined Illumicrate and FairyLoot, I joined in 2020. I joined Illumicrate in the February and managed to buy the January box, because they used to, 2 years ago, be selling the boxes after they chipped, because they didn't have like a full subscription, or they didn't necessarily like whatever, fill their quota, however you want to say it. And I think I joined FairyLoot in the January, and it was all very exciting. Like, suddenly I'm getting books I'd never heard of, and that was the point. I wanted books I'd never heard of, but books I was going to enjoy, fantasy books mainly, that I wouldn't go into a bookshop and buy, because that's what I wanted these boxes for. I wanted the exposure to something that I wouldn't necessarily pick myself, which is why years ago I used to get a glossy box, because it was again exposing me to products that I wouldn't buy myself or I'd never tried, and I wanted to try in a little size, that sort of thing. Now I don't necessarily feel as though it is me finding books that I wouldn't choose myself. Now I feel as though I'm getting sent books either that I've already pre-ordered, which has happened quite a lot, and I get multiple editions of stuff, or book boxes are doing the same book, which again is happening a lot with Illumicrate and FairyLoot Adult, or thirdly, I'm getting sent books that I look at and I go, would I even want to buy that anyways? Would I even be interested? Sounds good, not necessarily my thing. And it's a lot of money for me to go, not necessarily my thing. And it's a lot of money as well for me to spend on books that, like I said, I don't read. I order enough books by myself, and I think this is where I need to kind of like change my mindset. I order a lot of books myself already. I do not necessarily need all of the special editions. Now I love special editions. I love getting special editions of books that I love. So like Night Circus, them. I got the Waterstones edition first off eBay, and then I got the Illumicrate special edition box after I'd read it because I really loved it. I got the Holly Black trilogy after I'd actually read it from the library, because that came out in special edition from FairyLoot. Well, actually, the final book came out on FairyLoot after I'd read the other two, and I managed to snag the first two as well, because again, that sale wasn't as crazy as what the sales are now. There's so much that I love about these book boxes, but there's also so much that I feel like I miss with these book boxes. These books don't necessarily all grip me. I am interested in giving them a go, but do I really need this many? No. So that is something that we're going to look at in 2023. We have got up until June. I don't really know how because I've got Illumicrate on 3 months, so I think that might be March, April, May. Yeah, it might be June. That these renew again for 3 months, and this is monthly and that is monthly. So I'm thinking of possibly changing this, getting rid of this for the locked library. I've paid for January already, and I really want the February book. This is the problem, because I've already pre-ordered the February book, but I know it's going to be prettier from here. So, issues. I also want to relook at the book-only subscriptions, because I like the stuff, but I don't need the stuff, really. But I think you can't just swap anymore. You have to leave and then reapply to the waitlist to get on book only for both things. So we're gonna do some looking into that, because I like these special editions. I like getting books, but again, I don't know. And I found as well recently that the emails that I have been getting through from both boxes for special editions, I look at them and I go, I don't really want that. And I feel like myself, as a human, is trying to get out of buying all of the special editions, because I don't need them all. I don't like them all. So recently Fairy Loot and Illumicrate did Crescent City special editions. Don't need them. Already have 2 editions of House of Earth and Blood and the Waterstones exclusive of the sequel. The sequel didn't blow me away either, so maybe that was another reason I was like, nah, not really bothered. Fairy Loot did the Lunar Chronicles. I have all of them, but I haven't read them. I've read the first 2 and they were okay. They were also YA. So whether I want them or not. I've got sequels dotted around that I'm interested in, but other than that, the draw to having all of the special editions is dying down, which I quite like, actually. I'm enjoying. And I also feel as though these book boxes are great for already published authors, so R.F. Kuang, yeah, Gallant, V. Schwab, Holly Black, Susan Dennard. You see, I think a lot of them are kind of not necessarily repeats. Adeline Grace has written something before. It's not all debut authors, you know, and I kind of want that. But I also like the special editions of published authors. It's a lot. I don't know. Need to work it out. So, yeah. And the other thing is that we haven't had... I think these are all from this year. Let's check. The other good thing... No, that's 2021, so that's not this year. Don't know why that's in this pile. Are any of these from this year? That is. And I think this is. Yeah. So we also sometimes get double books. Now I think the only place that we've actually had double books this year is Fairy Loot. I could be wrong. I don't keep massive track. I really should. And I feel like there should be more than this. Not that I want double books every month, because I don't. But the common factor I have found with the second books that we get, mainly again from Fairy Loot, they're definitely always extra romancy. And I'm not a romance reader. Like at all. Well, kind of. I'm gonna try. I'm trying, I don't know if you can see it. No, it's too low. The Undertaking of Heart of Mercy, which is from here, Fairy Loot Adult, is on my 12 books in 12 months this year. Thank you to Kate. And that's a romance. So we'll give that a try. And I'm all for giving them a try, but I don't know if I'm gonna like them. So maybe that's it. Maybe there's a whole thing where romance just isn't it for me. I don't know. Like I said, a lot to think about. But instead of me babbling, I'm going to leave this here. So give this a like if you really enjoyed this video. It really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below if you get subscription boxes, your thoughts on them. Have you cancelled any? Have you taken any out? Give me all of your thoughts. If you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me a yellow or a purple heart to symbolise Fairy Loot and Illumicrate. That'd be great. If you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ring that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I have a vlog going up tomorrow, and then we'll be back hopefully to Wednesday, Sunday uploads. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also going away next Saturday for 11 nights with work. So we'll see how those uploads go, but otherwise I should be around. So be sure to stick around if you want to see more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that's everything for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed my ramble about book boxes. Otherwise, I'll see you soon for another video. Bye!